Great, hello. Nice to see you guys, or not see you guys, but nice to know you're here. I'm back to this trusty thing because my something was squeaking last time, making a squeaky noise. So I'll sort that out. So it might be a little bit echoey today. So nice to see you. It's the third week in Advent. I've done hardly anything towards Christmas. We've got no decorations up or anything. Hi, Kathy. Great, Kathy's here. And I think Eve might be here too. I know that Fiona can't come today and a few other people can't come. So we'll just see what happens. But when we've kind of got a idea of who's here a little bit, then we can start. So it might just be you now, Kathy. So basically, we're going to do a nice gentle class, and I've got my Christmas jumper on. It's really disgusting, the bright pink, but I got it from a charity shop. So I saw you yesterday, Kathy, so I kind of know how you're feeling roughly. Are you still all right today? Is there anything you'd like to focus on? Any areas of the body? Great, all is well. And I think it is probably only you at the moment because we've just had sometimes people just pop in, like to see what's going on at the beginning. That's just what happens sometimes. Okay, great. So I think what we'll do is we'll just quickly start because no one's coming yet. Oh, Eve's here. Yay. So I know I've got Eve and Kathy as actual attendees, as it were, to the class, and maybe another bit. People people are kind of drifting in and out, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to start, and as Eve, do you want to say anything about if you'd like to focus on a certain area or anything? I know about your finger, but if there's any area that you would specifically want to look at today, then yeah, let me know ASAP because I'm going to start the class now. Okay, so I'll go to back here, and I could always come and look if you've written something. Oh, bring my... I'll do a tiny bit of setting up. Hopefully that will be all right. Nice. Okay, lovely. I haven't got any nice flowers or anything, but lovely. Lower back is always good. Yeah, good. That's great to know. Yes, lower back is good. I'm just going to grab myself a blanket. So make yourself comfortable in any way. So find a comfortable seat. And begin to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Inhale deeply into your chest, your rib cage, and your belly. Expanding this whole torso area as you inhale. And gently breathing out, noticing the chest, rib cage, and the belly gently relax back towards the spine. Inhaling, expanding, Exhale, gently softening. Inhale, noticing the lifting, the golden thread lifting you from the crown of the head. And breathing out, gentle softening. Softening of the shoulders. You can even physically maybe put a hand on your shoulders just to notice them relaxing, or move your arms. Noticing a softening of all around your face, so you can invite any creases in your face, which sometimes get a little bit stuck there. Just soften, relax. Notice how your body is feeling today, how you are this morning. Notice any areas that are feeling maybe a little bit sore or stiff. And then take a moment to recognize any emotions which you might be experiencing this morning. And you might want to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. There's a nice way of tuning in with how you are. And it also kind of helps align your heart space over your hips. And then naturally your head resting over your heart. So checking in with how your body's feeling and how you're feeling emotionally. And then any thoughts that are arising and drifting and coming and going. Just notice what's going on for you right now in this moment. And then let's begin our practice together with our Om vibration 3 times. And then gently opening your eyes. And releasing the hands back down onto the knees. And let's start by having a warm up of our neck, so looking over your shoulder, exhaling, inhaling forward, and then exhale the other side in your own time. So moving the head over to the side on the exhale, inhaling forward and exhaling over. Great. Nice. Lovely deep breaths. And then when you're even, bring your head back to center and the head over to the ear, over to the shoulder, and keeping the shoulder nice and relaxed away from the ear. Exhale over, inhale up. So in your own time, remembering the exhale as you move over, inhale as you come up. And then when you're even, bring your head back to center. And then having a look down at your feet and Inhaling, bring the head up in your rotations of the neck. Exhaling down. Being careful of the back of the neck, making sure you don't move too far back into the neck, or check out with how it feels before you do that. And then the other way. Again, in your own time. So if you're going slower than me, that's fine. Then gently lifting up your head when you completed the same amount on either side. And then lifting up the shoulders, dropping down. Inhale up, exhale down. Lovely. And then rotating your shoulders. That's great. And then backwards. And then bringing out your arms and having the palms up, palms forward, down and back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back. So your arms are ideally parallel with the mat, nice and straight, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, lifting up and having a stretch up, and then stretch up the left side and then the right side. So you're sliding one hand down the other to stretch out. So you're not going over to the side, but you're just lifting up gently. Side body. That's great. And then bringing the hands down. And then bringing out your right hand and bring it over your front of your chest. And then put it in that crease of your left elbow. Stretching out the side here. Your shoulder, your arm. Lovely deep breaths. And then the other way. So stretching out your left hand, arm, and then bring it over. Nice deep breaths. That's great. And then releasing down. That's fantastic. So coming a little bit further down the body, we're going to inhale forward, opening up the chest. Exhale back, rounding the shoulders. Inhale forward and exhale back. Remember, you can always, if you've been sitting for too long, you can give yourself a bit of a stretch. We will be getting there soon, I promise. Inhale forward, exhale back. Really rounding the back and then really opening up the chest. So it's quite accentuated movement that we're doing this time. That's great. Okay, then coming back to center. And then we're moving around. So we're going to, from the waist, we're actually doing a rotating movement from the waist, opening up the chest and rotating down. So bringing your hands onto the mat in front of you and then round and then up. You can even bring your hands up, that's fine. It's like coming round. Really from the waist try and do it from the waist rather than the hips. Actually, I'm not going to put my arms up. I think it's easier if I don't. And then the other way. And then bring yourself up and coming back up to center. And then inhale forward, exhaling back. This is really from the hips now. The gentle rotations. And then the other way. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then bring the body back to stillness. Bringing out the legs. You can rest behind. Stretch out the legs, point and flex. You can stretch out, lift up the knees and then from side to side. Hips. And then bringing in your left leg, but keeping your right leg stretched out, or not stretched out, actually. Let's have our hands underneath the thighs and we'll circle, so rotate your right foot around one way and then the other way. And then coming into your knee, so straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee. And then back to stillness and giving your knee a bit of a circle. So being careful with your knee if you have any knee issues. And then the other way. Can be quite strong, build up a bit of heat in this area. And then placing your left hand down and coming into the hip. So circling the hip. You might end up straightening the leg. Quite strong. Strong on your leg. So if you need to use your hand to support it, that's fine as well. Because it's the main thing with kind of going into the hip and then the other direction. Whew. Creating some heat. And then releasing down. And then coming onto the other side. So bringing in the right leg or doing something with the right leg that's comfortable. I like to bring it in because it stabilizes a little bit. And then putting hand behind your thigh, knee. And then, did we point and flex? I can't remember. No, we didn't. We did rotations. Rotating your foot around one way. And then the other way. And then point the leg, straighten the leg, and then bend the leg. You're bending the knee. And then we're doing circles with the knee. The lower leg is creating a circle. And the other way. And placing the right hand down, and the left hip is getting a rotation here. And the other way. Lovely, good. Ooh. Oh, and release down. Oh my God, that was full on. Okay, let's straighten the legs just to give ourselves a bit of a rest from that. And we could give ourselves a bit of a warm up down the legs. So stroke up and down the legs. Maybe let's do some doing actually. We haven't done this kind of thing before so much. So put your right hand in a fist and give your right glute area some padding. This is I think quite a shiatsu thing. It's called doing. So Japanese. Down the lower leg and inside the thigh, and then down the inner lower leg. Back to the thigh. It's really, or the bum, because it's really great. That's such a big muscle. It can do with a bit of attention. And then over to the other side. And then down the outside of your lower leg. And then up the inside of your lower leg, or how way you want to do it. And inner thigh. And back to my left hand's not quite as strong. Back to your glute area. Brilliant. We're alive. It's woken us up. Great, okay. So let's come on to all fours. Now we've completely woken up the legs, whether they liked it or not. Bringing the hands below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Start by moving your body, whichever way you feel like it. So your spine, you're really feeling into however your spine wants to move. Right now. Deep breaths. Lovely, strong breaths as you're moving, feeling into all the areas that are feeling a little bit stuck or stiff. And they're welcome, so really welcoming those areas. And then any areas that are feeling nice and loose, you can celebrate them. And then bring in your flowing cat. So inhaling up, exhaling back and flowing down. Inhale up, exhale. Inhaling up, exhale. Remember, you can lift up your mula bandha, your pelvic floor, and your abdominal muscles as you're exhaling. Inhale up, and then exhale back into child with our knees still hip-width apart. Have a little rest here in child. And then inhale, bring yourself back to a diamond posture. Back on your heels. And on your next breath in, lifting up, stretching up. Exhale, child. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, turn the toes around and coming into a hover, lifting up your pelvic floor and abs. And then exhale, back, half downward dog. So bending the knees. And breath here in half downward dog, encouraging the chest back towards the knees. Inhale, lift up into an acute dog. Exhale, the heels down into downward facing dog. You can walk out your dog. And then maybe rest here for a moment in downward dog. Exhale. And then inhale, upward cat. Exhale, downward cat. Lift up pelvic floor and core muscles. Inhale. Exhale. Keep flowing in your cat. So flexion extensions. I'm just realised I'm wearing like too many layers of wool, so keep going. I can release one layer. Ooh, the sun's joining us. And then exhale down into a wide kneed. So bring your knees wide. Child, Balasana. Stretch out your hands. And then you could lift up your arms and your hands onto fingertips. See what that's like. I feel the stretch between my thoracic spine, between my shoulder blades when I do this. And then release the hands down and come into side stretch. So moving your fingers over to the side. And so you're stretching out the opposite side of the body. So I'm over on the left, so my right side's being stretched out. And then spider the hands to the front, and then over to the other side. Breathing deeply into the side that's being stretched. And bring the hands back to center. And then closing the knees, bring yourself forward onto your belly, of your hands by your shoulders and your elbows in at your sides. Exhale, and then inhale gently up into a cobra, just a low cobra. Actually, that's not very low, so start with a low cobra like this. So you could even lift up your hands if you wanted to. And then exhale down. Then inhale up into a higher cobra if you fancy, otherwise stay low. And exhale down. Then turn the toes around. Take a breath in, coming onto your knees, and exhale back into downward dog. Lowering the knees down. Inhale an upward dog, upward cat rather, and exhale back into child. Bring the hands to the heart, and then inhale, lift up, and exhale. Gently come back down to seated. Lovely. That's great. Okay, inhale, stretching up. Exhale back, child. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, flat back. And bringing figure of eights into your hips. So you're moving your hips in figure of eights as you it's like you dancing out your hips. And then moving in the other direction. Don't forget about your mula bandha and those core muscles you can lift up. Then maybe sway the hips from side to side. And bring the body back to stillness. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, downward dog. After a couple of breaths, coming down. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, back into child. Inhale, lift up the right arm. Exhale, thread it through, so you're coming to thread the needle. Resting on your right shoulder. And then placing your left hand, your fingers turned towards your face. And then if you wish to, you can inhale your hand up above, stretching up. Exhale behind. And then inhale up. And then back to your head if you haven't got it there already. And then bring yourself up, lifting up the left arm and threading through. Placing the hand by your face and the fingers towards your face. Lift up the arm if you wish to. And then you can bring it over and tuck it. Have it on your sacrum or tuck it into your thigh. Depending. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, bring the hand back towards your head, if it's not there already, and then coming back up. That's great. And back into child. And sliding yourself through, inhaling through into Sphinx. Your arms, your forearms are on the mat. And exhale down, having a little rest. And inhale up again. So lengthening the neck, rolling the shoulders back, open up the chest a little bit. And then exhale down, having a little rest, head the other way. Hands by the the shoulders, elbows in. Inhale up, exhale, coming back into, we can come back into, widen the knees, and we'll come back into Anahatasana, where you bring your heart down towards the mat. Or if this is too much, you can come into puppy pose. So your knees are hip width, and you're coming just back down with on your forearms. That's fine. It's slightly different. Anahatasana is a bit more intense. You've got your knees by your toes touching, big toes touching, and your knees on the outside of the mat, and you're sliding forward, and your chest is more on the mat than in puppy pose. And ideally your chin's on the mat as well, but just see. So any variation of those two. Upper back stretch. Heart chakra pose. And a lovely deep breath that helps you stretch. So gently coming out of this one, inhale up, closing the knees if you're to hip width if they were wide. Turn your toes around. Exhale, downward dog. And then gently, slightly bent knees, walk the hands towards the knees. And folding forward in Uttanasana. You can hang your head. Lifting up from the arches of the feet. Taking hold of your elbows and just having a little bob here. Bending the knees slightly, and then lifting up the arms, stretching up, and then bringing the hands down to the heart center. Lovely, great. Okay. So in Tadasana, feeling the golden thread lifting from the crown of the head. Back, the shoulders roll back slightly, tucking in your pelvis a little bit, nice, strong around your middle, lifting up from the arches of your feet. You can lift up your toes and then place them down. And then bringing the right leg forward, or you can do either way, but just so you remember which one you're doing. Having your heels in line with your arch, so it's a warrior two stance. So your knee is over your ankle, you can see your big toe, opening up here, about 15 degrees in on the left foot, the back foot, opening up the whole area here. Hands to the heart, lifting up your mula bandha, your pelvic floor. Exhale. Then inhale, open up. Warrior two, having a look forward. Take a breath in. Inhale, exhale back to center, looking forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Opening up, feeling strong, feeling the energy coming from the heart through the hands. Exhale. Sorry, and then inhale. And exhale back to heart. Deep breath in. Long exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. And then exhale back to heart. Breath in and then exhale. And then inhale, opening up the chest. So you're clasping behind. Your hands are clasping. Breath in and exhale forward. Humble warrior. Deep breaths. Lifting up your mula bandha. Keeping yourself nice and strong, your root lock. Inhale, bring the hands back down to sacrum. Bring yourself back up. Take a breath in. I always keep forgetting on breath in. And then exhale. Hands out. Take a breath in. Inhale. Oh, what am I doing? Take a breath in and exhale over. I'm getting my breath muddled up. Lovely straight side of the body here, all the way along. Resting but not too slumping over in your Parshvakonasana. Breath in and then exhale, circling the arm. Inhale, exhale. Strong on your leg, isn't it? Exhale, feel how you are on your leg. Inhale up. Exhale, bring yourself back up. With hands on the hips and then turning your toes around. Inhale. Lifting up through the spine. So we're going to come into Prasarita Uttanasana, whatever it is. The wide leg forward fold. And then exhale forward. Bending the knees slightly. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Having a little look up. Exhale, fold forward again. If you need blocks, please use any blocks if you have any. With the feet, you're rolling back on the outside edges of the feet. Inhale, look up. Really lifting up your core muscles, pelvic floor. Exhale down. Then bending the knees, bring the hands to the hips and bring yourself back up. And then turning the toes around. You want to heel toe into a bit shorter stance probably now. Just a little bit. Because the wide leg one can be really quite wide. And so you've got in my case, it's my left heel to my right arch. And my right foot is 15 degrees in. Knee over ankle, I can see my big toe, which means I'm nice and wide open. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale, open. Breath in and out. Breath in and exhale to the heart. Lifting up the toes if they're feeling like they're scrunching into the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Lifting up your Mula Bandha. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in and exhale to the heart. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, clasping. Inhale, opening up the chest. And exhale, folding forward. And your arms are going over your head or wherever they're going. Might not be quite over your head. You're in humble warrior. You've got your shoulder, left shoulder's almost resting on the left knee, just or inside it a little bit. Some deep breaths here. Then hands back to sacrum. Exhale, and then inhale, opening up. Exhale, release. Inhale, opening up the arms. Forward and exhale to Parshvakonasana. So lovely straight arms. So this is quite strong, isn't it? We're doing strong practice. I don't know where this came from. Deep, strong breaths. And then exhale forward. Actually, which way did we go? We went, I think this way. Exhale. And inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. This is really strong on your legs. If you need a break at any point, please have a break. And then gently bring yourself back up into Warrior Two. Exhale to the heart. Whew. Strong. Turning the toes around. And we'll lessen the stance. Take a moment in mountain posture in Tadasana. And then on the exhale, lift up into a balance. So really holding in your abdominal muscles here, lifting up your pelvic floor. Inhale down, exhale up. Lifting up strong around here. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Bring the arms out. Breath in and then exhale down into a little cosmic egg. And then bring yourself down onto the mat with your feet together. I'm just going to have a little bit of water. So the feet can be a little bit further apart away from your hips and give your feet a little massage. Moment of attention. And then inhale, lifting up. And exhale, gently folding forward. Stretching out your lower back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, soften. Inhale, feeling the lengthening through the crown of the head, and exhale, softening into Baddha Konasana. And gently bring yourself back up. And then moving the right leg behind and the left leg is in front. So you're, sorry, I'm going to cough. It's very annoying. I have this cough thing. This permanent thing. It's not in my chest. So bring so you're in deer pose now. And so bring your left hand over. So your left hand leg is in front, and you'll bring your left hand over. And then exhale over into a C shape, over to that side. Inhale, bring yourself up, and then exhale into a twist over to that side. Looking over to the left. Inhale, bring yourself forward. And then stretch out the right leg. It's coming into Janu Shashasana legs. Inhale, and then exhale, looking at your big toe, coming into Janu Shashasana. So giving yourself a really nice hamstring stretch and stretching out your hip and lower back. Lovely deep breaths. Your drishti is at the big toe. So if you've gone really quite far down, then you'll be looking at your shin. Otherwise, you're kind of up at looking at your big toe. And then gently rising and bringing yourself back up. That's nice. And then lifting and placing the left hand down and straightening the right leg and coming up into a stargazer. So you're stretching out your right side of your body now. And then bring yourself down. Fantastic. And then deer pose on the other side. So bring your right leg back, so the foot is pointing backwards. Oh, sorry, your left leg back, so the foot is pointing backwards, and your right leg is, kind of in line with the mat-ish. So placing your right hand down, left hand over. Nice deep breaths. And then bring yourself up. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale into the twist. If you need to, I forgot to say this because I do this sometimes, I haven't done it today, you can put a blanket under. It's usually under the one, anyway, it's under one of them, depending on which one, so you can use a blanket. Inhale and then exhale back. Okay, so bringing yourself into Janu Shashasana again. Eye gaze at the big toe, and then exhale, folding forward. So remember, you can have it on the shin or the mat or your foot, or use a strap. Inhale, exhale, drishti at your big toe, your padangusta. Deep breaths. Long inhale, deep inhale, and long exhale. Inhale and bring yourself back up. It's lovely. And then release the legs. Bring your hands behind. And we can do a gentle rock from side to side. That's nice, good. Okay, so coming to the front of the mat, I'm not sure which way round you are. So yeah, come to your front of the mat with your feet facing forward. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, bring yourself down, lifting up your mula bandha and your abdominal muscles. Inhale up. Exhale, all around here, nice and strong. Inhale up. Exhale, careful of your lower back and your neck. Inhale up. Exhale. Exhale, lovely. Inhale up. And then exhale, bring yourself down, either with your abs or just gently like I did. And coming down onto the mat. So with your, first let's just bring the knees into the chest and rock from side to side. That's always a good way to begin. When lying down, I find. And then bring the hands onto the knees and we'll exhale the knees towards us and inhale the knees away. And the other way. And then putting your left foot down and your right foot is up. So we're going to stretch out. Straps are good if you have a strap. Otherwise, we're just going to stretch out the hamstring here so we can point and flex the foot. And you can always just have it down by your thigh. That's fine. So wherever it is that feels comfortable for you. You don't want to stretch your shoulders too much either. So back down here is quite good. See how it is. Flex your foot and bring the leg in towards you on the exhale. And as you inhale, you can always release it a little bit. Great hamstring stretch this. And then straightening the left leg. Let's open the right leg. If you've got a strap, that's great. Otherwise, just do it with your arms, use your hands. And you can support yourself so it doesn't open too much. So you can open up into the Pajva. So that means sideways. So you're sideways, you're opening your hip sideways. You're placing your left hand on the left hip to stabilize yourself, flexing the left foot, and opening up the right hip. And you don't need to flex the right foot anymore. It can be quite loose. Breath in, and then exhale up. Take a breath in, and then exhale over into Parivrtta, which is the revolving So straps, great. I haven't got straps, so I'm just going to place my left hand on my right thigh, just as a little stabilizer. And the right hand is going behind me and looking over my hand, my arm. So I'm twisting my neck just very gently. It's quite this is a really strong twist. This is one of the old school ones. And if it's okay in your hip, some people struggle with this in their hip. So if it's too much, you can bend your knee and just be a bit more careful about how you do it. That's really okay to do that, actually, bend the knee. This is kind of more advanced, having it straight. And then gently bring yourself back up, and we'll draw the knee into the chest. In Apana, I can't remember what it's called, Utanasana. I think it's wind release posture. I keep forgetting the Sanskrit names for the ones I don't say very often. And then lifting up the knee, so the left knee is towards the ceiling and the foot is planted on the mat. We'll come into leg cradle. So placing the right ankle over the left knee or thigh area, and then bring your hands between your legs, between your legs, and clasping the back of your thigh. Bring in this wonderful stretch, sometimes referred to as reclined pigeon. So it's a similar stretch to pigeon. You can strengthen it by putting your hands on your shin, your left shin. That's quite a bit stronger. Or another way is where you wrap your hands around the whole lot, but I'm not going to do that. And then release down. And have a moment here, just lying here on the mat. Taking note of the difference in your legs, how they feel. You might feel like your right leg is a bit longer than the left. And then you can start by bending the right knee towards the ceiling, placing the foot down, and then lift up the left. So we're going to bring the hamstring stretch in here, thigh, calf, strap, big toe. So exhaling, flexing the foot, the left foot, and exhaling the leg towards you. Inhale back, exhale towards you. And then straightening the right leg, flexing the right foot, loosening the left foot, and coming into Pajva. So just come as far as it wants to open. You might want to be putting your hand underneath and using your elbows like a prop so that you're not going too far. Because you want to keep your right hip down. The hips need to be fairly stable. So I place my right hand on my right hip to stabilize it. Foot rotations are welcome. I always find they want to be rotated occasionally. And then bringing your leg back up and doing the Parivrtta, where you come over to the side. Remember, you can bend your knee and come over like this. It might be easier on your hip. Otherwise, straighten your leg. Bring the left hand out, so you're looking out over your left hand. And placing your right hand on the left knee, either with the knee bent or the leg straight. Deep breaths. And then gently bring yourself back up. Lifting up. Oh, actually, I can't remember what we did next. I think we brought the left knee into the chest for wind release. Exhaling the knee in. And then lifting up the right leg, so the knee is facing the ceiling, and crossing over. So we're coming, so left ankle on right thigh or quad muscle. And then bringing the hands in between the legs. So you've got your hands either behind your right thigh or on your right shin, depending on how big a stretch you want. You're drawing in these legs towards you. Lovely, good. And then gently release. And take a moment to be. That's great. And then draw the knees into the chest. And have a little rock from side to side. Bring the hands up into the hands to the feet and come into happy baby. Maybe you could rock from side to side. And then possibly straighten the legs and point and flex the feet. And we have, this is a bit wild, but we have got time, because we've got kind of 5 minutes before I'd normally bring you into Shavasana, where we could come into Halasana, the plow. So I think I may have done it with you before. But the feet, basically, you've got to be really careful with your neck. So if you haven't done this before or you don't feel comfortable, just spend more time in happy baby or do things to rock around, because we're not going to actually be doing it very long. It's just going to be a minute or two. So if you don't want to do this, then don't do it. But just be super careful. But so what we do with Halasana is take a breath in and then exhale, lift yourself up. And so you come into half shoulder stands, and actually you don't move your neck. So it'd be really good if you had actually just watch this. So have a little look and watch half shoulder stand, and then you come down into plow, like this. And you can have your hands on your lower back. So I'm going to come down again. And so if you had a look at that and you want to do it, then you can start now. So you bring yourself up on exhale, nice strong core muscles. Hold your hands on your lower back, your sacrum area. Was it sacrum? It'll be the lumbar spine area. Lumbar spine area. And then exhale back into plow. Wonderful stretch in your upper back. If you're menstruating or anything like that, it's actually probably not the best thing to do because you're kind of going the opposite way. It's counterindicated or whatever that word is. It's not recommended. Depending on the time of day, you might only be up here, but later in the day, sometimes you could be right down here. Then coming back to half shoulder stand. And gently bringing yourself down onto the mat. You could have your feet together and your knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. And with one hand at the heart, one hand on the belly, like we started, how we started. And take a moment to rest here. And if you're strong on your neck, doing the plow, halasana, and you can just move your neck from side to side. And then either you can stay in Baddha Konasana for longer, that's totally fine and welcome. Otherwise, come down into Shavasana already. And find yourself warm things. A nice blanket, maybe an eye pillow, socks. Oh, yeah, I fancy socks. I'm going to get some socks. And cover yourself so that you're nice and warm. Might want a cushion under your head. And feeling completely restful and at ease. So your whole body is relaxed. So we actually had quite a strong practice today. I never quite know if that's going to happen, and it did today. So I hope that's right for you. But the main thing is that you're really taking this time to rest now, because this is where the rest is where you integrate the physical practice. The body properly integrates it, and you're calming your nervous system down from sympathetic, which is getting you up and doing things, and then really integrating it with the parasympathetic, the calming side of the nervous system, where your breath slows down, your muscles begin to relax. You can feel that the energy in your body begin to calm down. It's the wonder of a practice like yoga, where our breath is constantly stabilizing us throughout the practice, so that our body doesn't kick into fight or flight. Keeps a balance. And this part of the practice is this is the really balancing part of the practice. So deep, full, long breaths. Feeling yourself completely held and supported by the mat. Your whole body is relaxing. Feeling a deep relaxation running from the crown of your head right down to the soles of your feet. From your heart center right to the palms of your hands. This deep peacefulness resides in the whole of your body, the whole of yourself, the whole of you. Deep inner peace. Relaxing you, nourishing, nurturing, and supporting. Feeling yourself completely held, like you're wrapped in a warm duvet. Cocooned. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed and at ease. Birthright. Despite illness of body or mind, in spite of blinding despair or habitual belief, who you are is whole. Let nothing keep you separate from the truth. The soul, illumined from within, longs to be known for what it is. Undying, untouched by fire or the storms of life, there is a place inside where stillness and abiding peace reside. You can ride the breath to go there. Despite doubt or hopeless turns of mind, you are not broken. Spirit surrounds, embraces, fills you from the inside out. Release everything that isn't your true nature. What's left, the fullness, light, and shadow, claim all that is your birthright. So begin to deepen your breath. Start to notice the points of contact your body has with the mat. Begin to bring some movement into your body, maybe your fingers and your toes. Maybe you could move your head from side to side. Or draw your knees into the chest. And then making your way back up to seated. Your eyes closed. Bring yourself into your comfortable seated position. And on the inhale, noticing the lengthening so that your heart is resting over your hips, your head is resting over your heart. And on the exhale, noticing a softening. And bring the hands to the heart. We'll complete today with our Om vibration 3 times, finishing with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bring the hands up into Prana Mudra above the head. Taking 3 deep, life-affirming breaths. And then the hands in Namaste. Down through the centers, Sahasrara at the crown, Ajna at the third eye, Shuddhi at the throat, and Anahata at the heart center. Namaste. And thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I hope you have a lovely day. I'm pleased, managed to stay. I'm going to come. I'll do this again on Tuesday, I think. Namaste, Joe. I'll do this again on Tuesday, and I think I'm just going to carry on over Christmas, so I'll just let you know. Thanks, Kathy. So it'll be next Tuesday, and then it'll be the 27th or something, whatever it is. And then I guess we're back into January. Ruth was here. Oh, that's nice. Yes, that was a lovely text, wasn't it? That was Dana. She does. There's this woman called Dana Folds, and she oh, I forgot about my silly old microphone. Sorry about that. Yeah, this woman called Dana Folds, and she is amazing. She writes about yoga. Can you hear me better now? I will get my proper microphone back in again. I just need to get a proper splitter for it so that it's not going to, because it did this high pitch thing on the recording of it. So, yeah, so I will send you and attach a link or something to her, to where you can see her work, her poetry. So yeah, lovely to see you all. There's definitely 5 of you here. There's often one who I don't know who it is, 1 or 2 or something, who can't message. Kathy, what do you mean by the payment thing? Don't forget to look at the payment thing. What was that again? Don't know what that is. Can't think. So yeah, those of you who want to slip off, do. And yeah, I better go as well. Oh yes. Sorry, your classes. Yeah, that's right. So we're just sorting while on live stream. We're just sorting out gentle yoga morning classes payments. Bye, Ruth. Bye, whoever else is going. Probably Joe. Okay. See you then. See you, everyone. And bye. Joe says bye to everyone. It's really nice. We've had lots of women today. Mel couldn't come. Mel, who's a bloke in Ireland, he couldn't come. So yeah, a lot of people couldn't come today, but wanted to come for different reasons. It's just like that, isn't it? Yeah. So see you. Bye, everyone. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Soon. Bye.